Hi friends, it's Jack from Clayman Projects, and today we're discussing the 7 essential elements of a high converting website so that your site is generating more and more qualified leads. Let's dive in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, stick around to the end of the video because number 7 is so actionable, simple, and effective. Every single business can implement this today, and they should. 1 is social proof. One of the biggest goals of your website is demonstrating credibility and trustworthiness, and that's where social proof comes in. So things like reviews, showcasing what your customers have said and thought about you. 95% of customers today will read reviews before making a purchase, and almost half trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation from a friend, which is insane. Other alternatives as well, showcasing awards, certifications your business has got, highlighting any high-profile clients you've worked with. I also recommend for my clients showcasing really prominent links to your social media, and if you have a decent sized following, like how many people are actually following you on socials, showing that on your site, it demonstrates credibility. It shows that there are people, that there's a community that actually care about your products and services. So that's a great way to win trust. Good photography and videography, okay? One of the biggest rules in cinema and great art is show me, don't tell me. Okay, the harder someone tries to convince you that something is amazing, it's the coolest thing since sliced bread, that's going to increase skepticism more than trust. Show me, not tell me is a really powerful tool for websites in particular. If you can show me that your business is valuable, seeing is believing. Okay, so adding a video to a landing page, just a great example, and this is something that we do on our own site. It can boost conversions on a website over 86%. So that's a massive benefit for just one simple element that you can include on any website, is a video showcasing this is who we are, this is what we do. I'm actually going to sit and talk to the camera face to face to you. And it so humanizes your business and increases trust because you're showing me, not just telling me. So a couple great examples of this: don't just tell me you're local, show me a photo of your store, show me a photo of your address on Google Maps. Embed that in the site. Don't just tell me that you're a small business and that you care about your customers. It's so simple to get a photo of you, one of your team members, with a customer that really cares about your business. You know, smiling together, us and our clients, us and our customers. Don't just tell me that customers love your work. Here's a great one. Show me a reaction video of them seeing the makeover in their house, or your incredible job that you've done designing for them, whatever it is that you do. Show me their reaction video, seeing that for the first time. That's such a great way to show what you do and the rapport you have with your customers in action. Show me, don't tell me is such a powerful tool. And so photography and videography then become really, really important and integral to our website. Okay, number 3 is mechanisms for follow-up. And this is all about figuring out how do we stay in touch with these customers when we've left the site. On average, there's a fun fact, it takes 8 touches or contacts with a customer before they will even consider coming to you or you coming to them for an initial meeting. So before you get that first meeting of, I want a quotation, I want to discuss this with you directly, on average, there's going to have to be 8 contacts, 8 different touches with that customer, which is mental. So finding mechanisms for following up with those people who visit your website for the first time, not a lot of those people are going to be instant buyers. So follow-up becomes crucial. A few really great ways to do this. One is really simple, just offer a free trial, commitment-free consultation where they can get in touch, and there's no risk to them. So it makes it real easy to make that first step. But that's still going to be more commitment than a lot of people are comfortable with. So the next step then becomes, okay, let's offer a newsletter, let's offer an email list, and even giving a free resource or offering a discount, some other benefit as a reward for signing up to give you the opportunity to follow up with them. That's a great way to get a contact point with somebody. Lastly, and this one's great, is very, very simple to include a pixel on a website so that when someone visits and then leaves and goes back to Facebook, goes back to YouTube, Google, whatever other platform they're going to, you can track that and retarget them with ads on their favorite social media platforms. So if someone comes and visits my site for the first time, I have the opportunity, I can follow up with them in a video like this that will appear on their social media page. So that's a fantastic option. Those ads will cost money, but you're retargeting warm leads, people who have already been to your site and already know who you are. So it's a great way to get really good value for money. At the end of the day, figuring out a strategy for moving people along the sales funnel towards a buying decision is all about follow-up and following up again and again and again, on average 8 times. And so being prepared to say, I'm gonna touch base with this customer 8, 10, 12 times before I give up. That's just moving the goalposts along a little bit is gonna help you to get a lot more conversions and be more strategic when you're deciding, how am I gonna follow up with this guy? Number 4, selling benefits instead of features. When you're working on a website, you're trying to make it high converting, it's very tempting to focus on the features of your product and service, but it's important to remember that that's not what your customer is looking for. What they're looking for is a solution to the problem that they have. Let me give you an example. If you're selling wooden floors, maybe you're quite tempted on your website to put top quality hardwood floors we have available in oak, pine, and talking about the features of your floors. But that's not what brought your customer to your site. So here's a great alternative. Durable, easy to clean hardwood floors that can add value to your home, that can be styled with varnish to match the rest of your interior. So these become benefits, not just features. The feature is the varnish. The benefit is it matches the rest of your home. The feature is it's hardwood floors. But the benefit is they're durable, they're easy to clean, they stand up to damage really well. So highlighting benefits instead of features is how you compel your customers more and more to invest time into researching your business, to be open to be followed up with, and to eventually make an informed buying decision, because they've arrived at the conclusion that your product or service actually solves their problem. Number 5 is frequently asked questions. Okay, this is your opportunity to handle objections, hesitations that you hear from your customers every day, because chances are when you're dealing with a customer, it's the same questions you're answering, it's the same hesitations that you're addressing, and you're handling the same objections over and over and over. You know what the questions are that your customers want answered before they commit to a buying decision. So taking the time to answer as many of those as you can on your website, it's a really simple way to take all of the risk out of the buying decision, and you're gonna get much more decisive customers and much more qualified leads coming to you because they already have an idea that actually this person's answered my question, he's explained to me my concern and how he's gonna fix that and address that. Maybe this person is a good fit for me. Number 6 is easy calls to action. This is all about how do I become a no-brainer for everyone who comes to my site. Good calls to action are simple and consistent. Okay, all the way throughout your website, you want to make it consistently clear what the next step is that your customers need to take to get on board with your product or service. Muddying the waters by adding extra calls to action, things like read more, call now, find out more, it just muddies the waters. It confuses people. If your next step is book a consultation, if your next step is buy now, there's no reason to put anything else on a big shiny button. That's the next call to action that you want to invite your customers to. So we don't want to include anything else. There's a big shiny button and there's only one thing that deserves a place on it. So having that throughout your site, having it consistent and keeping it simple, that's how you make it clear to customers, this is what the next step is. Now, the other concept to tussle with here is making your offer or your call to action a no-brainer. And there's 2 aspects to this as well. So number 1, you want your offer to be compelling. You've highlighted the benefits, you've addressed their concerns, and the rest of the site is what sets up your call to action for success. So when you're processing what benefits do I want to highlight, how do I want to really motivate people to click this big shiny button, that's the goal that you're aiming towards, is this needs to be compelling. And the second thing is it needs to be risk-free. You need to reduce friction by demonstrating your credibility and assuring customers that your call to action is 100% risk-free. So if you're trying to book consultations, it's a zero commitment consultation. And this is where slogans like satisfaction guaranteed, zero commitment, free trial, try before you buy. That's the situation that they're made for. They really come in handy, and they take all the anxiety out of the buying decision. That's your goal throughout your whole website, is remove anxiety, creating informed customers, and making a compelling case that it's time to take the next step. Okay, number 7, and this is the big one. Be transparent about your pricing and your cost.
Yo, show me the money!
This is the biggest question your customer has. It's the biggest source of anxiety that they have in any buying decision is it worth the money? Can I afford it? How much does it cost? And not stating clearly what the pricing is for your product and service is one of the biggest turnoffs for potential customers. They're left wondering, what do they have to hide? They must know what it costs. What aren't they telling me? What aren't they telling me? And yet, not being 100% transparent about their price on their website is one of the biggest mistakes I see businesses making right now. So usually that's for one of 3 reasons. It's either we don't want our competition to know what we charge, we don't want to scare our customers away, or maybe it's our pricing is different for every job we do. It depends. We can't give you a price up front. And as your friendly neighborhood web developer, I have to tell you, every single one of these reasons is absolute nonsense. Firstly, if your customers wanted to know what you were pricing, what your costing was, they could find out. They probably already know. Number 2, if your price reflects the benefits that you're highlighting on your website, then your price won't scare the customers away. The only customers that will be scared away by seeing your pricing is the ones that are only motivated by price. So if you're the business that wins by being the cheapest option in your entire industry, then great. Those customers are a great fit for you. But if that's not you, customers who are scared away by your pricing aren't the best customers for you anyway. These aren't people who are eager to buy. These are people who are only motivated by price in the buying decision. They're not a good fit for you anyway. Let them go. But be transparent about your pricing, because you'll scare off more by lacking transparency than you will by being honest. And number 3, our pricing is different for every job we do. It depends. I understand, but there are ways around it, okay? Forms for automatic quote generation are amazing. At Clayman Projects, we offer packages. So package 1, package 2, package 3 at 3 different price points. We go into detail on the benefits that are in each package. And then we're very clear, we can customize these and tailor them to your business. And that will change and affect the pricing depending on what you need. But these are a great starting point when we're talking about price. That works really well. You can also have a pricing page where you're discussing, or even an entry in your frequently asked questions, when you're talking about these are the factors that affect our costs the most. And so when these change, it affects the pricing. Here's how this can affect the pricing. And you're drawing lines between the benefits that the customer wants and how they impact the pricing of your product and service. And when you do that, you include figures, they can come to an understanding on their own of roughly how much you're going to be charging. For contractors in particular, I always recommend that you include a gallery or a showcase of your work with a breakdown of some of the costs and the surprises that increase those costs as the project has went along. And so, listen, I did a fantastic job on Mrs. Johnson's house. Here's an example of the hardwood floors I put in. Here's some photos. It looks great. Show me, don't tell me. But then next to that, here's how much the job cost. Here's where that price came from, our labor costs, our costs of materials, and here's the complications that raised the price. And those are things that you need to watch out for as a customer. Leaving out info about the pricing, the cost, it's a great way to create distrust. But being open and transparent about it is a great way to build rapport. And that's it. Those are my top tips for the essential elements of a high converting website. Are any of these missing from your site? Did anything stick out to you? If you have any questions about this article or any other questions about setting up a world-class website, please get in touch. Use the comments below or the form at the bottom of this page, depending on where you're seeing it. I'll respond as fully and quickly as I can, and you'll probably inspire my next article. So for now, I'm Jack from Clayman Projects, and thank you so much for watching. You have a great day. Bye-bye.